Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the morning scan for October 20th, 2020. In this video, I'll be going over Bitcoin, Ethereum, silver, and hopefully a handful of altcoins that I'm looking to short if we have enough time to talk about them. But firstly, let's start off with Bitcoin here because it's the most important. So I just want to go over what I was looking for here to enter into a long position because I am not in a long position right now. So essentially what I was looking for was after this breakout, what I wanted to see was some sort of slow bleed or chop back down into the swing high to retest that as support and then start grinding back up, just because for me and what I look for, entering into a long position here could have been, hindsight is 2020, obviously it wasn't a bad long, but it could have been a bad long because there was no support built up on the way up here, right? You could see that this essentially got engulfed in a single 4-hour candle, right? So when that happens, there's no support built up on the way up. And you have liquidity voids and stuff like that, which is what we have here. So we could have seen a quick wick down to the previous swing high, then that would have been a prime long opportunity. And also something like this, we're just grinding up above daily high time frame resistance, and I want to show you where I got these two horizontals from because I believe we're going to chop around here. First of all, I just wanted to say that this is not something to short. I mean, look at this structure. This is not something I'm interested in shorting in whatsoever. But what I am interested in is longing a pullback. If something like this happens, right, we break out above 12K, maybe consolidate, chop around for a bit, reclaim this as resistance, and then short it back down here. The good thing about not entering into a long down here and because we got a lot of price action in here, it would be a pretty bad sign if we didn't at least bounce from here on the first retest. So that's what I'll be waiting for, is to enter a long here on the first retest. Maybe even we spike below the consolidation period and wick back up. That would be an even more prime long opportunity. So that's something that I'm waiting for. Let me show you where I got these horizontals from. I mean, everyone basically has the same levels, but I started here on the daily, just below 12K, extended it left just to see how it looked here. We have these two wicks tapping into it there, extended it right, and we have had no daily close above there since, wow, it's been a while, since a while ago. And then my other resist or support is just from this support and resistance flip in here. Okay, so this is most likely going to be the new range that I'm going to be looking out for. So I'll definitely keep my eyes on that. And next, I want to go over Ethereum. Let me see if this is the right chart. It is. Okay, so Ethereum is something that I'm really interested in. We're tapping into the range low right now. The Ethereum USD pair dumped because Ethereum BTC dumped because BTC was pumping. I mean, that's a tale as old as time. So we tapped into the range low, right? Kind of wicking into it, which is nice to see. But the question is now, where do we enter into a long position? So the very clear long opportunity would be above 386. That's where I'll be interested in scaling into a long position heavier. But to get in possibly a little bit sooner, I would look at 380 or so based on these. Let me see here. Actually, I like these bodies a little bit more. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay. So I would look to enter potentially on a reclaim of 380, maybe like quarter size, and then go up to full size above 386. But that's just something that if you really wanted to and you're itching to get into a long position, I think that would be decent. We would also engulf this 12-hour dump candle, so I think that would look pretty good. Okay, that's basically it on Ethereum. I'm bullish on Ethereum. I mean, I don't know how you can't be looking at a chart like this. I think it looks very strong if 386 is reclaimed. So it's very dependent on that 386 level because you just have to visualize what that would look like, right? We would be wicking into the range lows, reclaiming this resistance, and then just blasting off into 414. I think it would be a very quick move to 414 because if we look left a little bit here, we have liquidity void here. right? So I think that would be a good trade if and when it does come. I will be looking for that long opportunity. Next, I just want to briefly go over silver because I did talk about it in a previous morning scan video, maybe my most recent one, but I did get my long trigger, so I am now long on silver on Prime XBT. If you go to Prime XBT, it's going to be the first link in the description. Use code CryptoUB. You'll get a 50% deposit bonus, 50% deposit bonus. So if you deposit $1,000, something like that, you'll have 1,500 tradable dollars on Prime XBT. So that's really nice. But anyway, we're seeing a series of higher lows on the 4-hour, a nice spring back up here. So my current trade is something like this. Stop below that spring, take profit 1 somewhere around here, stop here. So something like that. That's my current trade. But it will be really important to see what happens right here, which I could highlight for you guys. I didn't have it on my chart because I didn't really need it. It's basically just the local highs, but if we look left and extend our line left, why did we get rejected here? There's obviously a reason why we got rejected here, and you can see it's a previous breakout point, support and resistance flip, right? Super clean level. So that's going to be something I'm keeping my eye on. I may actually even compound my position above here. So if we do get that breakout and hold above here, I'll compound it a bit. But I guess I'll just have to see what happens there. But my trigger did go, so that's good for me. I also saw a comment that this isn't a perfect bear flag, which I'm not going to disagree with because I could see how this isn't a bear flag as well. But based on everything I've explained so far, I believe the bullish case outweighs the bearish case. And also, if this diagonal does fail, it's just an easy flip short, right? And then we'll be targeting the, I don't know, something like this. For example, we'll just be targeting the origin of the series of higher lows, right? So, I mean, I don't really mind if it does break down, but I believe my current bullish case is stronger than the bearish bear flag case. So, I guess we shall wait and see what happens there. What I wanted to go over this chart as well. Kava USDT. I don't know if that's how you say it, but there was a chart request for this in the group the other day. Let's see. Okay, there's a chart request in the group for this in the group the other day, and it was around obviously during this daily candle. And I basically said that if we don't bounce here, it's going to look really ugly, and it was also not a good look how quickly we just bled right back into the origin of this spring. So I think this looks really bad overall. So I have to see what I'm waiting for a short opportunity. So let's take a look. Let's do that on video so maybe I could say something useful. I think I like this. Extend that left. Nothing left. If we break it down to the H12, does that give me anything? I mean, it is a breakout point. Yeah, support and resistance flip. That would work. Let's see. I think that'll work. So if we do something like this. A short here may be a little aggressive, but let's just say, just for argument's sake. Yeah, that may be a little bit too aggressive. Because we could still spring this level, right? Because the last two tests we have put in a spring below support, right? Break below support, spring right back above, break below support, spring right back above. So I'm not discounting that from from happening because it has happened the last two times. We've had stronger bounces each time, right? The spring here led to what, a 24% move. This spring led to a 39. Even though this was bled back into now twice, I mean, I'm not going to say it's not going to happen again because that would be foolish of me to say, talking absolutes like that, but we'll see how this one develops. Maybe even if we do attempt to bounce, kind of just retesting that as resistance and falling back below here, I think I would feel a lot more comfortable entering into a short position. So I'll keep my eye on that and see if that does happen. But this is on my radar for a short. Whatever scenario does happen, I'm looking for maybe some sort of bounce to short or continued breakdown over the course of the week. And then the last chart I want to go over was Link, which is a swing trade I'm in that I posted my swing trade thoughts on. This isn't an official trade or anything yet, because this is just still compressing in this daily higher lows, holding the previous breakout point here. So there's really nothing too safe about entering into a long position here. I mean, right, we're retesting this breakout point, right? We're just barely retesting the diagonal series of higher lows. So sure, you could enter into a long here, but the reason why it's not an official trade yet is because we haven't seen a breakout from this compression. So I feel as though this is still a risky trade. So that's why I haven't done that yet. But as we can see, it's compressing on the daily. It looks pretty good. If it breaks down, we could also do something like this, which has happened a lot in the past. This is a pattern I trade often as well. It's actually in my education channel. It's just a rendition of that. If we have a series of higher lows, if we break the series of higher lows but don't actually break down, we kind of consolidate under, reclaim it, that's a long opportunity. So I'll keep my eye on that if we do get a fake breakdown and consolidate below that diagonal support. But that's all I wanted to talk about today. If you have any further questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you.